So I already moisturized my face with the MAC Strobe Cream, and I primed my face with the Prep and Prime Natural Radiance in yellow, also by MAC. And now I am going to be using MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NC20. And I'm applying that with my new Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush. I have never used this before, I just got it today, so I'm excited to see how it works. I'm just gonna spread out evenly the foundation all over my face.
And start working it in. Oh wow. Very smooth, very flawless coverage, I can already tell. This brush is doing all the work for me pretty much. This brush really gets like under your eyes because the shape is very unique. I am all over the place, to be honest. I am like touching up all the areas because I don't really want it to dry fast. So I'm like, you see me like on this side and this side and this side. I'm like everywhere. Yeah, I definitely really like this brush. I can tell I'm going to be using it every day because it gives me a very, very flawless finish.
So after foundation, I like to apply my concealer. And I am using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in shade NC15, which is a shade lighter than my foundation color. And I'm going to be using the MAC 287 brush. And I'm going to be applying right under my eyes, like so. I know it looks scary, but once you blend it out, it's going to be really, really nice. Just a little on my forehead because my forehead's not really that big. If you have a bigger forehead, I suggest not highlighting your forehead because it's just going to bring attention to that area. I also highlight down my nose. It doesn't really have to be perfect, you guys, so don't worry about that. I also like to do a little bit on my chin. You don't necessarily have to put it around your mouth area, but if I have excess product, I'll just do that anyway, and a little bit on top. You really don't have to be perfect. And I am going to be blending this out with a little sponge. This is obviously not the Beauty Blender, but this is a cheaper alternative from the QUO brand. You can get it at Shoppers Drug Mart if you live in Canada. These are honestly like $5–6 and they last like very long. You can just wash them out with some gentle dish soap and you're good. What I like to do is I like to dampen it with MAC Fix Plus instead of soaking it in water. I feel like this binds the products to your skin more better.
And what I like to do, I know it looks like I'm beating the crap out of my face right now, but you just need to like pat the product and distribute it around the area to blend it out. I have honestly never used the Beauty Blender before because I'm not really going to pay $30 for a sponge, and I found this, which is really, really good in my opinion. As you can see, it does its job and I don't have to spend so much money on a little sponge.
And now I am going to set it with my Airspun. I ordered this off Amazon because in Canada we don't sell this. And I'm going to be using my Sigma large angled contour brush.
And just apply it to all the areas that you apply concealer on. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to be brushing this off anyway. I mean, you guys see a lot of people using the baking technique, but honestly it doesn't really do that big of a difference. Once I put the loose powder on my face, I just brush it off right away because I think it gives the same effect.
Next, I'm going to be contouring my face by adding some bronzer. I am going to be using NARS Laguna bronzer. This is an amazing bronzer for people of medium to light complexion, but if you are a darker skin tone, then I would recommend the NARS Casino, which I also have. So what I like to do is figure out where the hollows of my cheekbones are, and sometimes you can usually see the line. If you don't, you can just take your fingers and feel where the hollows are. And I like to use, this is just from Walmart and it's really old. It doesn't even have any like words on it anymore, but you can use any big fluffy angled brush and it'll do the trick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply it like this and then blend it out in circular motions so there's not that much of a harsh line on your face.
And I also like to bring it down here a little bit so that it's blended evenly. And just give my face a bit of warmth because I'm so damn pale.
And I'm going to go in with an ashier shade bronzer, the Bahama Mama by the Balm Cosmetics. I'm going to be using my MAC 168 brush. And I'm just going to be focusing on this area.
Do you see how it instantly gives me that like natural contour? I'm going to blend it out very, very slightly. And again, I'm going to bring it down here as well.
You can see I have a little bit of acne scar here. I don't really care to cover it up, to be honest. But for blemishes, I do recommend the MAC Studio Finish Concealer. That's what it looks like. And I also like to contour my chin. You also want to bring it down to your neck a little bit because you don't want those harsh lines.
And also my forehead needs a little bit of contour. Sure, when you're applying products close to your hairline that you buff it in your hairline.
We are finished with the face. I'm going to contour my nose area. And this is just another random cheap Walmart brush. Just like a regular eyeshadow brush. Using the same bronzer, what I like to do is draw 2 straight lines on my nose. Like that. Don't take it all the way down because then you're going to do this. So this is what I like to do on the bottom of my nose. Just put, you don't have to be perfect. Put a little product there. That really fakes the tip of your nose, if you know what I mean. Just bring it out a little bit like that. And I actually like using my fingers because the heat of my fingers really warm up the product and help it blend out. And I like to use my MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NC20, just like my foundation. I'm just going to use my fingers and take a little bit of the product and I'm going to place it on my nose. Next, I'm going to be applying some blush, Dame, which is also by MAC, this color right here. And what I've been liking lately is applying the blush right on top of my bronzer. I think it gives it a very beautiful finish.
If you don't like this technique, you can also smile and place it on the apples of your cheek. It's really up to you. And I know this is weird. Some people find it funny that I do this, but whenever I apply bronzer or blush, for example, I count how many times I dip my brush into the product so that both sides get an even distribution of the product. Evil.
Next, what I'm going to do, you don't have to do this, but I find that it gives me an even flawless finish. I'm going to go back with my Studio Fix in NC20, and I'm going to be going over the light areas of my face where I highlighted with the concealer.
And also, if you apply too much blush, you can also go over with this powder because it is like heavy coverage and it does work as a foundation as well. A little bit on my forehead. If you put too much contour on your nose, you can also lighten it up with the powder as well.
My favorite part, I'm going to saturate my face with the MAC Fix Plus.
Ever since I tried this, you guys, I swear on my life that I can't do my foundation. I can't do my face without the Fix Plus anymore.
So you see how my face is completely saturated. I'm going to wait a few seconds for this to dry. It dries fairly quickly.
Always ask me, like, how do you get your highlights so bright?
And this is a trick. I just saturate my face with Fix Plus and it really brings out the pigments in the products. So I am going to apply my highlight, which is MAC Oh Darling. This is a fan brush, just a regular fan brush by QUO. You can also get it at Shoppers Drug Mart. I'm just going to apply it to the highest points of cheeks.
I really like to highlight the tip of my nose. I think it's so cute. Other people don't like it because they say it looks oily, but do you, boo-boo?
Next, I'm going to apply my MAC Soft and Gentle on top of that.
Seriously, if you wonder how we get our highlights so bright, it's because we use a hell of a lot of product, okay? I'm going to put that right on top. Bam!
So next, I'm going to be filling in my monstrosity of eyebrows with this Sigma brush. The name rubbed off. I'm going to list it in the description bar, but it's just a little angle brush that was included in my Sigma Essential kit.
Seriously, I've had these Sigma brushes for like over 3 years and they're still holding up. Like everything is perfect except the name has been rubbed off. These brushes are so sturdy, guys. It's a very great investment.
I am going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow in the shade Ebony. A little goes a very long way. If you have no eyebrows like me, what I like to do is line it. I like to follow my natural brow shape, to be honest. So it's fairly easy. I just like to line the bottom just like that.
And then slowly bring it up. You want to do little light strokes, because if you mess up, it's harder to fix, and you don't really want big, bold, black brows, right? So.
And when you get closer to the beginning of your eyebrow, I like to do this when I know I have very minimal product on my brush. And I like to do strokes upwards. You don't want to do this to your brows or like go like that and then pull the product like that, because then you're going to get the box brows. I just like to mimic the brow hairs and just push up very, very lightly. And that's how you get that gradient effect, kind of. So it's not too harsh at the beginning.
I am obsessed with this Dipbrow because it's waterproof and it's so easy to use. It stays. They have a wide range of colors. And if you have very minimal brows, you can definitely build one.
If you made some mistakes, not to worry. You can always clean it up with the Studio Fix concealer that I mentioned earlier. And I'm just using a Sigma concealer brush, the F70.
You can also use this to highlight your brow bone.
So I'm going to finish the other brow off camera, and I'll be right back. So next I am going to prime my lids with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I've been using this for a few years and honestly it lasts forever. You only need a very little amount of product and it does the job pretty much. Today I am going to be using my new Sigma Warm Neutrals palette that I just got in the mail today. The colors are so beautiful. I love these kind of warm colors. And they're very pigmented, as you can see. I'm going to be using the Sigma 3D HD Precision Brush. It's a very cool shape. And I'm going to be using the color Sugar Milk, which is this color right here, the second one. And I'm going to apply this all over my lid. So after my primer, I really like to cover my lid with a skin tone color, because I feel like it really helps the other shadows blend easier with the powder on top of the primer. Next, I'm just going to take this Jessup brush that I got from eBay. It's just a regular big fluffy brush that I like to blend with. I'm going to be using the color Cozy, which is this one right here. And I'm going to pop that in my crease. Bring it into your nose contour as well. Gonna lightly blend it out all over.
Wow, these colors are so pigmented. I love it. So easy to blend. blend. Wow, I've never tried Sigma shadows before, just their brushes. But wow, this is like a first impression video as well.
Next, I'm just going to be taking my Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC. And I think I'm just going to be lightening up my lid a little bit so that the color payoff is a little bit more better.
I like using my fingers for cream products because it really melts the products into the skin from the warmth of your fingers.
I'm going to pick up some of the Oyster Sand color, which is this first one right here, with my Sigma Medium Sweeper E54 brush, and place it on my lid.
You know what? Let's just place it on the first half of our lid.
And then I'm going to be using Optimistic, which is this third one on the bottom row, with the same brush on the outer half.
And just blend it in as you're going with the other color.
Don't be afraid to go back into the first color to blend it out even more. Next, I'm going to go in with another Jessup brush that I also got on eBay. It's just a smaller version of the one I previously used. I'm going to be picking up some of the Russet color, which is this one right here.
And I'm going to darken the corners of my eyes with it. I am very, very impressed with this palette. The colors are so beautiful and pigmented.
And then I'm going to go back with this color right here. And just ever so lightly dust it over this area to blend everything out. Now I'm going to highlight my brow bone using the Sigma eyeshading brush in E55. Sorry, the colors are also rubbing off on this one. I've had it for so long. I'm going to go back in with my matte Soft and Gentle highlight, as well as in the inner corners of my eyes. Next, I'm going to line my eyes with the Sigma Standout Eyes in Wicked. It's a gel liner. Never tried this before either, so I'm very excited. I'm going to be using my Sigma Winged Liner brush, the E06. This is what it looks like. It's tiny. Alright, let's see how this bad boy goes. I like to start from the inside of my eyes. I don't like taking it all the way because my eyes are small, so that would close them up even more.
Okay, this liner is light right now. And this brush! What?
And then I'm going to be drawing a line from the end of my eyes to create the wing. And then I'm going to connect it to the rest of it. And just to clean it up a bit, I'm going to be using my Studio Finish concealer again. And I'm just going to finish the other eye off camera as well, and I'll be right back. Now I'm going to be applying my Falsies lashes. These are in the style Courtney. And I'm going to be using the Ardell Lash Grip as adhesive. So what I like to do is I just squeeze a bit on the tube itself and then wait for it to dry for about 30 seconds. and apply it straight directly onto the lash.
I am so sorry, you guys. My camera decided to die, even though I had charged it. Quick tip. For the Sony 5100, I know everyone has it, and it's amazing for photos, I'm not going to lie. Selfie screen is amazing, but it's not good for YouTube videos because once it overheats, it'll just turn off on its own, and it gets really annoying.
I'm going to line my waterline with the MAC Fascinating. You guys must see me do this all the time. It's a really good trick for people with smaller eyes to make them appear larger. And on my lash line, I'm going to use the Definely Black, also by MAC. I'm just going to apply that under that. And I'm only going to do this halfway, because if you do it all the way, it's going to close up your eyes, so it defeats the purpose of making your eyes appear bigger. And then I'm going to use my Sigma pencil brush, the E30. I'm going to go back in with the Sigma Warm Neutrals palette, and I'm going to be using Russet, the darkest color from the palette. And I'm going to smudge out that black.
Ignore my ugly face. My boyfriend laughs at me all the time.
And now I am going to line my lips with MAC Soar. You guys know I'm obsessed with this pencil. It's my favorite lip pencil ever. Goes good with any nude or any pink. If you plan on overlining your lips, what I like to do is I like to line my natural lip line and then go over whatever I want to overline, because it looks way more natural that way. You don't overdo it. And now I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lovely Liquid Lipstick.
I'm going to go back in with Soar just to darken up the edges a little bit.
And I'm going to saturate my face with the Fix Plus one more time. And we're all done. So I thank you guys very much for watching my video. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't. More tutorials to come. Please comment down below what you would like to see next.